slashPause, they let Renekton through. Renekton was not banned. Instead, they chose to ban some junglers on the side of 777. And a misfortune from Nuts. So they let that Renekton through. And 777 just decided to snatch it as soon as it was available. And Mordekaiser as the pick that is supposed to, I guess, withstand Renekton. Okay. Thankfully, I opened the replay without spoiling myself, so I know just as much as you guys do. Let's just switch some champions around, because clearly this is not what it's supposed to look like on the scoreboard. There you go. Rock's just getting some vision. Pretty shallow invade, but this should spot Chop the Farmer as he's clearing from his red buff towards the bottom side of the map. And Rock's on the Nocturne looks like he has the same idea. We'll see if Chop the Farmer maybe tries to evade the vision and tries to go round the back towards Raptors, maybe even skip Raptors altogether. Right now he's going towards Krugs. We're primarily looking at this bot lane right now. Maybe we'll have something. The level 2 power spike from either side. Okay. I'm Gear and Ezzy. Oh, I've just realized this time gear. Hold on. They're playing with a sub. I just completely missed that announcement, I suppose. Brack taking advantage of his level 3 power spike over his opponent. Ares was right to concede some of those minions. Mordekaiser is not exactly the strongest champion early game. You can bully some champions around, but Renekton is definitely not one of them. Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more action happening bottom side, but maybe that is about to come very soon. As Chop is approaching bottom lane, but he's going to be met by Judgy. Now Ezzy wants to go in with his stun, but Time Gear forced to back off. Chop the Farmer still continues to go, and Ezzy will take first blood. But a lot of damage is being dished out by Weeby Twink and Judgy Rocks on the backside of his fight, and it could just be a 2-for-1 for 777, but not quite, because Weeby Twink flashes in for that 4th shot. It guarantees a crit, and they actually get 3 kills in exchange. slashPause, overextend on the play, and 777 get everything for it. That was really well played. Yeah, and lately, 777, they've been showing some of that potential that seemed to be untapped in the first week. I think they have proved that they're not pushovers, and they are happy to throw down with just about any team in this league. They did take down 5-minute break, which is, you know, so far, that's the only team FMB has lost to, so a pretty big achievement for this team. Now we have a potential fight at Grubs. Chop the Farmer is actually isolated from his team. Just decided to go for his solo. Spores cannot assist in any way. And this is just kill number 3 for Judgy Rocks, and kind of a inexplicable sequence, honestly, from slashPause. You're going for Grubs. Your teammates aren't there. You don't have guaranteed push from your laner. We see you coming past the control wards. It's pretty tough to just start the Void Grubs outright if you're, you know, either jungler on either side, honestly. But looks like action doesn't stop here. Ares actually took 2 tower shots as a bonus, which might just be the thing that kills him, and it will. Rack 96 gets the kill credit for that one, and Judgy Rocks, he was bot lane, then he went to river, got the kill there, then he goes top lane and helps Rack get ahead in his lane. So just what a start from Judgy on this Nocturne pick, and we haven't even seen him press R yet. That's the crazy part. Yama with a very nice trade with Aftershock. There's not a lot Aurelion Sol can do this early into the game. Very shaky start from slashPause, and I'm just wondering if they can weather the storm here and start clawing their way back in. 777 goes straight onto the dragon. Secured the bot lane push. Gallia was there in river first. Spores is has his ultimate available, but it's not like she can do a lot with her pick right now. Aurelion Sol, definitely more of a scaling kind. Not really much of a factor in these early game skirmishes. Fights around dragons or fights around Void Grubs. Not quite there yet, but here comes Judgy Rocks with his ultimate. Flash for flash, that's just going to be an easy kill, and he actually survives after all that. Ballsy attempt from Judgy Rocks, and it pays off handsomely. Rack 96 still managing to win these trades, even with the Bramble Vest on the other side. Perhaps makes you wonder if maybe plated steel caps would be a better option here. But regardless, you know, Mordekaiser will not be winning these trades just yet. You know, regardless of his items right now, it's Renekton that definitely has the upper hand in the matchup. But yeah, Judgy Rocks gets a kill pretty much as soon as he got his ultimate up. As he's getting dangerously low on this Leona. Brand actually uses his ultimate. They want to kill this Leona, and that shot is going to land. Time Gear is not blocking the shots because he wants to get at least one kill back. Plenty of chakrams available, but he's running low as well. Just one auto is all Weeby Twink needs. Actually, that auto is not enough, but the Deadly Flourish will be. And once again, 777 win out in the 2v2 bot lane. Look at what Rack's doing topside. Despite being this slow, he manages to win the 1v1 thanks to that ignite. So Rack was like, you know what? Screw the teleport. Playing for lane, getting those leads. That's all that his play is about. Rack is all about that lane kingdom. Why not take the Ignite? That's, you know, Galio with the constant push. You're ahead in both side lanes. You're living the good life right now if you're 7-7-7. I genuinely did not expect this kind of early game lead. Even though, you know, they have champions that can get ahead early. It's just that, you know, their level of play right now is looking really crisp. As Aura on Fire shows up mid and burns the dragon to a crisp. With the help of the Galio CC. Ruthless Predator from Rack breaks that shield. Looks like Rack will opt for Blade of the Ruined King as his first item. Obviously a very powerful item in a 1v1 scenario. Not as effective in teamfights, but that's not the kind of player Rack is, as we all know. Judgy Rocks is around, actually just is on vision, trying to clear that ward. Now Galio has to be there to assist, but it's a 4v2 situation. They got caught with their pants down. That was not the play to make. And they just give away 2 kills very easily. I think that shutdown went to Spores, so that is pretty bad for 777, just giving away shutdown like that. To a champion that desperately needed the gold. Just to make sure you hit your spikes on time and then you can contend. That's how you give slashPause a chance to get back in the game. Now, obviously, I don't think second dragon is where they should contest, but any kind of kill like that is going to help. (777) setting up nice and early at the dragon. Look at where Brand is. He's actually pretty much behind enemy lines, taking advantage of a gap in vision. Now he's going to hit Ezzy with a whole combo, put him below 50% health. That is a pretty nice chunk right before the dragon. Really nicely done from the 777 bot lane. Brand has died twice, but they are making their presence known right now. Look at Spores though. Her ultimate is ready. That's gonna hit like crazy, but now Aurelian's Soul is caught between the Nocturne and the Galio as he goes in, but it's completely alone in this fight. It's just a double kill for the Nocturne as Time Gear gets stunned. Brand deals out a lot of damage, so that's slashPause bot lane completely out of the fight. It's just an Ezzy 1v1, sorry, Ares 1v1 and Yama inside of the Death Realm. While that is happening, Time Gear actually died to the DOTs? I think he just died to Leandri's Torment plus the passive burn, so 777 at the end of it all, still way ahead in kills. Win out on the fight. They don't quite take the dragon, but they will be definitely very happy with how it all turned out. They got the first turret. Like, all of this happened while Rack was still top lane just minding his own business. And 777 still won the fight. Okay, but maybe now this is one kill that slashPause can get in response. But look at Brand's damage though! They actually kill him off! It's a 1-for-1 trade though, and it looks like it will be 2-for-1 as Leona's staking on this gen like glue, and it's a shutdown for Spores once again. Trying to make those proactive plays. Trying to get strong as fast as possible, but still the gap in gold is really big. Now it's on to the dragon for slashPause. It is quite important that they at least get this one. Because they still need a lot more gold before they are ready to just fight on even ground, essentially. Right now it's not really possible. 777 trade back in kind. They get the Rift Herald. Although Rift Herald in Season 14 is definitely a shadow of its former self. Not as effective as it used to be. The important ultimates are up now for 777. Looks like we will be seeing a play either mid lane or bot lane very soon. It is the Aphelios that's the target. Curtain Call comes out. The Paranoia comes out. Aphelios completely isolated. Trying to just clear minion waves at his tower, but 777 will not let that happen. That's an execute on the Nocturne, so slashPause do not even get the gold while all of this is happening. Rack is so strong that slashPause, they're not willing to go for this collapse onto Renekton. Now it's going to come out, but it feels like it's all too little too late, as 777 now have their eyes set on the Aurelion Soul, and he's completely toast under this tower. Once again, it's another play that 777 will gladly take, even though this Nocturne just died on the other side of the map. But it was the 1v3 situation. 777 had more than enough time to take down the tower. So all in all, they end up with, you know, more gold in their pockets. Ezzy in some trouble here. Will be able to get away. Now this brand pick is a pick that teams have chosen to ban in previous games, I think including Harmonix. Harmonix was one team that banned out the brand. Now it actually was able to go through bans, was open, and 777 are making really good use of it. Aura on fire, showing exactly what he can do on one of his best champions. Now Spores may be caught out before the fight even starts properly, as now the focus shifts onto Judgy. It's actually slashPause that went out on the fight. They were better prepared for it. They were grouped up right before the objective. But look at what Brand is able to do. Look at Rack on the flank. He doesn't even need the TP. He just shows up, and he's going to clean house here. That's a double for Brand, though. He gets the kill credit on 2 of these kills. He wants to move forward. Aphelios has white and red guns, so you have to be careful, but that is still a pretty damn good turnaround for 777. And maybe they can get more with that, with death timers being longer than usual. Oh, but are on fire. That's one step too far for a 777 support. And that is another shutdown. While slashPause are obviously, you know, behind in gold by all accounts, they are getting the shutdowns on their important members. .777 playing fast and loose, definitely letting emotions take over a little bit. But now we see Time Gear in a lot of trouble. Aphelios is trying to get away from all the dive that's going his way, but he will not be able to do so. Chop the Farmer left all alone. There's no damage to support him in this endeavor. Now Spores is close to the fight, but 777, they want to go forward. Rack 96 is there in the front lines, tanking a lot of that damage. Now Ares in an isolated fight versus Vigalio. He should win, but now he's in a lot of trouble. 777 have avenged their fallen comrade. Can they get this tower is the question. It looks like the answer is no. The minion wave is not big enough. But it's still a pretty good outcome right before this dragon spawn. They managed to push the Aphelios away. The Mordekaiser is still dead without his teleport. They are right onto this dragon. They're wasting no time. Rack is just soloing it. With Blade of the Ruined King, he's quite effective at just taking this objective down. Now the rest of his team has finally arrived. There's no real threat of counterplay on the opposing side. Because Baron Nashor has not yet spawned. We're 20... It's, 5 seconds until it actually spawns on the map. And things are still going pretty well for 777. Uh-oh. Are on fire trying to get some vision, but you did not... Yeah, if you are a squishy support, if you're a mage support, one of the first rules you have to abide by is you don't want to get vision all alone. Because that can get you killed very easily. Is that enough of a cue for slashPause to just start Baron? They don't know where the Renekton is, but they want to move forward. Yama's right in the thick of things. He's going to take the brunt of the damage, and he will just fall to the entire team of slashPause who have grouped around the objective. But Renekton is here, and so is the Jhin. Firing out the shots. Spores and Time Gear took some punishment there, but Root lands onto the Aphelios. Rag96 goes in with a flash, and knocked him right onto the Aphelios, so the backline is completely gone from the fight. And now Rag, he still has the damage to keep going. Are on fire has respawned and he's back in it. Pretty good start from slashPause, but once again they are bested by the combination of the Renekton and the Jhin. And now are on fire with Riley's Crystal Scepter. It's even easier for him to get these picks. Now it's once again 777 controlling the map. Yeah, looks like they have enough tempo to take 2 towers at once. Chop is trying to catch out Rack, but honestly, do they have enough damage to kill him in time before his E comes back up and he's able to run away from the situation? Or maybe he just turns onto the dragon. slashPause decide against chasing him further. Now, this is the exact kind of gameplay 777 like to do. They have their soul laners on the side lanes. They're spreading the map wide. And when you're playing like this, Nocturne is such a good teammate to have. You can gang up on anyone in the side lane, or if they try to make a play on you, you can just respond instantly. Yeah, once again, with this brand pick, it's pretty hard for anyone to walk into the river and secure some vision. Situation is pretty rough for slashPause, it has to be said. Spores diving really deep to try and get the pick onto Aura on fire, but he might have just brought Calamity on her entire team right now. As Chop the Farmer is behind enemy lines, and now he is right where the enemy team is, so that means he just dies where he stands. Very low health bars on the side of slashPause. This can only mean one thing. Baron Nashor is about to fall, and while all of that is happening, Rack is still applying pressure on the other side of the map, so even if Ares wanted to teleport to this, he will pay the price. He has to match. But 777, they're looking for a fight instead. Actually, it's Time Gear who gets the steal on the Baron somehow. With all that burst damage, she takes the objective. And slashPause can't... Is this a... This is a sigh of relief for the team. Is this enough to keep them in the game? Right now, it's Jin still dominating, just putting out so much damage for his team. Ares in a 1v1 versus Rack. This is not a 1v1 you win, although it was pretty close for a second there. In the end, it's Galio that takes the kill. And it's 777, still with Baron buffs on... No, never mind. What am I saying? Of course it's slashPause with Baron buffs on. Because they stole the Baron. Now, this is far from, you know, game saving. We are still staring down the barrel of a dragon's soul, by the looks of things. And also, the map is pretty open. But yeah, we don't have time to look at Aurelian Soul right now because Judgy Rocks is trying to get a pick onto the Maokai. But Aphelios is right behind him. And he wants to keep going, but it's Galio onto the Aphelios, and now 777. They can re-engage. They want to chase. Grand is there, though. And soon he's going to just cast his ultimate. It's going to spread onto the entire enemy team. Spores actually gets 2 kills somehow in this exchange. slashPause is actually doing pretty well. Jin is firing off his shots, but right now it doesn't seem very effective. slashPause actually may have just found an avenue to keep this game going a little bit longer. They win the fight, and they take the dragon at the same time. So we're slowly seeing the fruits of Spore's labor here, or all that roaming that was happening in the early game, all the shutdowns that she was able to accrue. With that gold, they are able to fight back somewhat. What should have just been sole point for a 777 is now just an even spread of dragons in the game. Plus the Baron takedown. This is very valuable time that slashPause managed to buy for themselves. But they are not out of the woods, that's for sure. Well, now Arrow on fire, that's one guy that's definitely not out of the woods. He is deep in the woods. He's lost. In fact, he's now looking at a gray screen. That was a very easy pick by slashPause, but are they done here? Spores onto the Nocturne. Rurale's Crystal Scepter keeping him locked down. Is that going to be the kill? Leandri's Torment will not burn him down. And 777 now scrambling for any kind of stability in the game. Spore's looking very dangerous on the Space Dragon, but as I say that, that's another dangerous guy right here in the top lane. Or should I say in the bot lane, as now, you know, we're way past early game. Rack 96 just pummels Ares on his signature Renekton pick. He's still enjoying a massive gold lead, and it shows. Like, this 1v1 was not close. Was everything that happened just, you know, in the past 2 minutes, was that a false alarm? Are we back to 777 just dominating? Or can they stop this comeback attempt from slashPause? Judgy Rock's actually trapped in the Death Realm. I'm not sure if this was the right decision, because now that allows 777 to regroup. Look at what Rack's able to do in the back line. Completely isolating Time Gear from here, and now Weeby Twink and Aura on Fire are able to offer their support, and this is just a complete almost a complete wipe from 777. 30 minutes in, the death timers are long enough. I feel like this should just be 777 collecting another win on their tally. Nocturne and Galio just jumping straight at Spores, not giving her a second of respite. 777 are now 3-3, I believe. The rebound for this team has been amazing to watch. They finally figured out what makes them strong, and they're just, you know, very committing 100% to it. And that is what UNL is all about, in my